Hello YouTube, and welcome to Fate Stay Night's Prologue Part 2. Last time we flash forwarded to a strange scene with our main protagonist. But then we got on to the real prologue, where, we learned more about one of our future important characters named Rin, and she'll now be explaining the more prominent themes to this entire story here. Alright? Load. Sorry, it's gonna be kind of laggy here, but my computer sucks. Anyways, on to the story! Yeah, we've already seen this. We've seen this. Talking with Rin and her daddy. And flash to white and January 31st. Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully you guys can actually hear the voice this time, so. That is an annoying alarm clock. The sound doesn't stop. It rings loudly as if I'm an enemy. It should let me sleep in a bit longer. No, it has to let me sleep in. I was deciphering my father's will until early this morning, and I've used up too much magical energy. In other words, my mind and body are dead tired. You don't say. Bring, 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 bring! The alarm clock doesn't speak my language. So why does the ringing sound like it's telling me you're going to be late? Irony. You're fine, Rin. Though that depends on the situation. I'm a good student, but maybe I can get to school at the last moment just for today. Huh? Isn't that strange? I look at the alarm clock drowsily. The clock is pointing exactly at 7. I usually get up at 6:30, so the spare 30 minutes have already been used up. Wow. Oh, why can't I think when I wake up? That's okay, I'm the same way. Not a morning person. I stare at the alarm clock for several seconds. Shutting it off, I decide to get out of bed. Move. There we go. Birdies. Passing through the cold hallway, enter the cold living room. 7 o'clock on the last day of January. Fuyuki City is usually pretty warm in the winter, but this morning it's as cold as any other city. Sounds pretty cold. I can even see my breath indoors, and on top of that, there's no one else in the house to warm it up. Ooh, that's... Turning on the heater, I head to the bathroom. At times like this, living on your own is inconvenient. If there were someone to wake up before me, the living room would always be warm up by now. I wash my face in the sink. I brush my long hair and get ready. A cold morning, a cold sink. The only advantage is the cold water clears your sleepiness completely. Suppose so, but... I tie my ribbon and I'm all ready. All I have to do is eat breakfast and head out. Looking at the clock, it's only a bit past 7 and I'm a bit disappointed. Then again, I would never do anything as clumsy as running to school anyway. It is the custom of the Tohsaka family to act with composure and elegance at all times. Very true, very true. Taking a custom like that seriously must mean that my family originated from a very high-class background indeed. Owning this old Western-style mansion is proof of it, and on top of that, the Tohsaka family is a bloodline of sorcerers able to use the power of magic. If you're talking about age, our family has an ancient history. Actually, I can't speak openly about it at all. By the way, I Tohsaka Rin am a Magus. Who on earth can I brag to like that? Magic is just what it sounds like. Magic. I don't care if you get ideas like abracadabra or whatever. You can just think of us as people who do strange things by casting spells. Oh, though it's not like we fly around on brooms or make stars appear with a wave of a wand. Oh, we actually could do that, but we don't bother as it's kind of meaningless. We're basically heretics who hide ourselves from the world. We're prohibited from standing out, and even if we weren't, we would rather be at home studying magic. Flying around. The thought of Rin flying around on a broom or something is so funny. Just imagine it. On top of that, the word sorcerer is completely inaccurate. To be precise, there are only 5 sorcerers in the world. Things no one can do, things beyond the ability of modern science. The ones who make such miracles are the ones we call sorcerers. Miracles can never be achieved, regardless of time or effort. Those we call sorcery. Those things that are mysterious but achievable with time and effort, those we call magic. That's why what I do is called magic rather than sorcery. It's complicated, but that's how it is, so just accept it. It's not that complicated. Whatever. Well, to be honest, the modern world doesn't recognize the existence of magi. As we believe, control, and learn things that are immeasurable, our existence is incompatible with the modern world. Because it's kind of meaningless. Going to a normal school and... did I say school? Yeah. Going to a normal school and becoming a normal adult will bring you far more happiness than studying magic. Human technology is great. In the past few hundred years, it's been leading the way ahead of magic. Nothing is impossible for humans. The miracles once only possible through magic are now tools and not miracles at all. Still, magic has its good points. Just as there are things possible only through science, there are also things possible only through magic. It was the master of the Tohsaka family who said that if science is moving toward the future, magic is moving toward the past. Something about the past and the future ending up at the same place, everything always running around toward the 0 point. Let's put off all these difficult discussions. They should wait until we're old. Load. Okay. Finishing breakfast, I grab my bag. I don't really want to take the thing to school, but it'd be a waste just to leave it here. No, that's an understatement. It's much stronger than that. I found this after decoding Father's will last night. It contains the equivalent of 10 years of my magical energy. There was said to be an heirloom, and this might well be it. We, the Magi of Tohsaka, are skilled at the transformation of power. We put our magical energy into jewels whenever we have free time. To put it simply, the jewels are bullets, and we are the gun. The only thing I can say I received from my father is the magic crest of the Tohsaka family engraved on my left arm. In essence, this is the proof of the sorcerer, and it's like a tattoo that condenses all the inherited magic of the Tohsaka family. Sorry if I'm cutting her off, by the way. Whatever. I put the pendant, which can now be said to be my father's memento, into my pocket. It's 7:30. I should get going or I'll be late for school. Don't think so. It'll be fine. I weave my magic I weave my words with magical energy quickly. Being a Magus, I can't let my guard down when leaving my house, even though there's never been a single robber, wandering child, nor a stray cat. Kind of weird. And I don't think my neighbor has ever come to say hello either. Weirder. Yeah, what is up with that? I look up at the mansion I've grown so accustomed to over the years. Fuyuki is certainly a strange city with many Western-style houses on this side of town, and an area full of Japanese-style houses just beyond the intersection. I guess it's because many foreign families came to live here a long time ago, but even so, I can't see many foreigners around here now. There's a foreigner cemetery in the new city across the river, but it only has the graves of the first-generation families. I'll go to the church and ask the priest sometime. He knows about lots of boring things. Oh, Rin. Stepping outside, I feel a certain incongruity. Big word there. It's especially quiet with no sense of the morning's noisiness. At 7:30, the street should be filled with students going to school and people going to work. Load. Perhaps everyone slept in today. It's unusually cold, so I bet everyone's still wrapped up in their warm beds. It's getting cold down here, too. I like spending enough time in my bed. I like warm bed. It is nice. It's strange that I haven't seen anyone even one student so far. At 7:30, you can usually see people in uniform here and there. But I'm the only person at the school gates, and it looks like the clubs are just starting their morning practice. In other words, the only explanation is... Load! What was that? Sorry, cut her off. With a small sigh, I turned to the girl who addressed me. Load! Oh my gosh. Why is it suddenly getting really louder? The girl speaking so frankly is Mitsuzuri Ayako. My bad. She's my classmate in class 2A, and there are a lot of stories about her. Load! Oh my gosh, I'm sorry for the lag. She waits her hand in front of me, wondering if I'm alright. She is one of the few friends who know I'm not a morning person. In other words, she thinks I'm not fully awake yet. Okay, that is really weird. Why all of them? Really, just what's going on here? My thoughts exactly. Did Father arrange for all the clocks to go mad when the pendant was removed from the basement? Lag. Lag. That sucks. Load! Oh my god! The game is so slow. I have 3 three acquaintances in the archery club. One is Ayako, the person before me right now, and the other two are people I barely talk to. And for one of those two, the word acquaintance doesn't really suffice. I became friends with Ayako because I had been watching the archery club from afar. The impressive archery range is one of our school's outstanding aspects. Perhaps the director is just interested in archery, but the range is much too fancy for a mere school club. It does look pretty nice. Happy about something, Ayako drags me in by the hand. It's a bad habit of hers. She talks like a guy when she's expressing her true feelings. I don't see how that's a bad habit, but okay, whatever. Load. As Ayako said, there's no one in here. While sipping hot tea, we prepare for today's classes. The tea tastes really good in this open winter environment. Tea. Yum.
さて、単刀直入に聞くけど、そっちの調子はどうなのよ、遠坂。いい加減頼りになる相棒は見つかった？
What? So, as there's no one else around, Ayako comes straight out and asks me a ridiculous question.
ほんと、いきなり本題に入るのね、あなたは。その言いぶりだと、そっちはもう見つけたんだ。
What are they talking about? What?
ノーコメント。遠坂が手を沸かすまでは、こっちも秘密さ。で、どうなのよ。その疲れた顔を見ると、脈ありって感じだけど。
I always find it really weird when like, people
こっ
in
ちもノーコメン
anime
ト。
say stuff in
あなたに隠しても
English
どうせ
randomly.
見抜かれるか。残念ながらこっちはまだよ。
Oh, whatever. I guess it's like when people speaking English randomly say stuff in Spanish. Japanese randomly say stuff in English. It's fun and makes us look cool, even though it doesn't really make us look cool. We just want to show off.
綾子の方はお互いのんびりしてる余裕はないはずだけど。
I guess that's it. Yeah.
そうなんだけど、私も雲行きは怪しいわ。とりあえず取り繕うことはできるけど、ことがことでしょ。この先の命運がかかってるんだから、
Okay,
妥協するわけにもいかないし。
did I miss something while they were talking?
勝手に決めて、私に負けるのも嫌？
What are they talking about?
もちろん、私にとって重要なのは、あんたを任すことだもの。何が手に入るとか、何を手に入れるとかは二の次よ。
These two are so competitive. She laughs boldly.
似た者同士ね、私たち。
Sorry for that overly obnoxious laugh.
初めて会った時に言ったでしょ。あんたとはそういう関係にあるんだって。
Yes, she did indeed. I was certainly surprised when at our first meeting she said, "We'll probably end up with a killer-be-killed relationship." In other words, unless we all go out on each other, we'll never really be friends. I agreed with her on that, and that's why we've had a friend or foe relationship for 2 years.
ところでさ、私たちなんでこんな話してるんだっけ？
Why indeed?
なんでって言い出したのは遠坂でしょ。あんたがいつまでも彼氏がいないのは女としてどうよなんてこぼすもんだから。なら3年になる前にどっちが先に男作るかって勝負になったんじゃない。
Okay. Aaron, there's nothing wrong with a girl never having a boyfriend. Gosh.
ああ、そうだった。売り言葉に買い言葉ってやつだった。で、遅れを取った方が1
Haha! I spot a typo! Just for tat. Oh, that's... I can imagine her saying that. That's cute. Just for tat.
今時子供でも交わさない約束だけど、あんたと私に限って往生際が悪いってことはないでしょ。どんな結果になろうと、負けた方はおとなしく勝者に従うことになる。それを思うと私は今から楽しみで楽しみで。
Ayako laughs. I'm not gonna do her laugh again. That was too loud. Honestly, she's so serious about this. Mitsuzuri Ayako is such a difficult person to deal with. No, I can't wait to beat Ayako either, so neither of us are people you want to deal with.
そう。けど三辻さん、楽しむのは結構だけど、目的を違えないよう気をつけなさい。勝負の内容は後先だけじゃないでしょ。分かってるって。遠坂より早く、遠坂が心底羨ましがるような関係にならないと、完全勝利とは言えないからね。まあ、私たちにとってはそれが一番厄介な問題なんだが、どんなにいい男だろうと、好きになれなきゃ意味がない。
True. Very true. Ayako sighs heavily. To my knowledge, Mitsuzuri Ayako is said to hate men. Rumors are never to be trusted, however. As she suggested this match rather than hating men, I think she just didn't have a chance. But that aside...
ちょっと、私たちって何よ、私たちって。断っておきますけど、私はそっちと違って冷血感じゃありません。男の子を好きになるなんて問題でもなんでもないわ。
Okay, I'll take your word for that, Rin. I'll take your word for that.
ああ、それ嘘。もしくは気づいていないだけ。遠坂が男を気にかけるなんてことは絶対ないもの。今まで数えきれないぐらい告白されたくせに、一つも色良い返事してないじゃない。少しでも興味があるなら付き合おうって思うでしょ。なのに断り続けるってことは、あんたは男に興味がないってことよ。発想が貧困ね。その場合、すでに好きな相手がいるから断ってるって話もありじゃない？恋美談。いいね、そういうの。ロマンだな。
Oh, I'll pause here for a sec. And we're back. Okay. Ayako nods seriously, not making fun of me. Her sigh says, "Wouldn't it be nice if that were the case?" Jeez. Load! I can't really keep anything from her. Oh crap, I just realized Audacity's in the back. Oh, sorry, that looks very sloppy. I can't really keep anything from her.
そうね。私もそう思う。
Well, it's exactly as she says. I know myself how cold I am.
認めるわ。私、こと恋愛に関しては素人みたい。
Not very surprising, actually. Well, I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know, whatever.
そういうこと。似た者同士だって言ったのは遠坂でしょ。
Lag!
もし7時か。秘密の話はこの辺にしとこう。いつ人がやってくるかわからないし、朝になったら学生らしく振る舞わないとな。まあ、三辻さんにもそういう世間体があったなんて意外だわ。ええ、これだけでも早起きした甲斐があったみたい。
Quite the attitude there.
あんたほど筋金入ってないけどね。私の世間体なんて遠坂凛に比べたら灯籠の斧ってもんよ。あんたの猫。
Sorry, I cut her off again. Load. Ayako gives an exaggerated sigh. Both of the tea she has made are now empty, and it's my turn to make it.
で、登坂はどうして部活に入らないのよ。運動神経がないなんてざれ言は聞かないからね。私は去年の体力測定でことごとくあんたに負けたのまだ恨んでるんだから。ほら、肺活量では三辻さんに負けたわよ、私。あと、体重も三辻さんのが上だったけど。
Yeah, that's not so bad, Ayako.
やったー、重さで3キロ上回った。体重で勝っても嬉しくないってのよ、このタヌキ。
It is if you're taller, I guess. I don't know. I gotta pause again. Alright, sorry I'm pausing so much. But Audacity's not in the background this time! Yay! Okay.
うるさい。私は首相である前に登坂のライバルだ。部員がいなけりゃあんたに食ってかかるのは当然よ。
Okay. Aiko looks at me with narrowed eyes. That girl has her own sense of beauty, and she always says beautiful people have to do some kind of martial arts. She's a bold person experienced in most martial arts. She joined the archery club with no experience and is now captain as if it were only natural. She's probably one of the top 3 people in the school you should never disobey, regardless of gender.
あら、部員がいなければ首相じゃないなんて問題発言じゃないそれ。問題発言なもんですか。私はお飾りの首相だから、できることって言ったら不良部員は取り締まることだけよ。私以上にしゃがりっぱなやつがいるんだから、首相としての面目なんてないわ。そうなの？藤村先生、三辻さんは飛び抜けてうまいって言ってたけど。
Load. Please?
あの人がそう言うんなら、そりゃ少しは自信が持てるけど、まあ、いなくなっちまったやつのことなんて考えても仕方ないか。
Okay, I know we're cut it off, but...
噂をすれば彼、そろそろ部員がやってくる頃でしょ。私はおいとまするけど、三辻さんはきちんと首相になりなさい。何？見ていかないの？社。見てもわからないもの。遠くから眺める分にはいいけどね。不心得者が道場にいるわけにはいかないでしょ。
I think we could. Just as I rise, someone enters the range.
おはようございます、師匠。
Sakura-chan!
ああ、おはよう、マト。今朝は一人？
Like, no!
はい。力になれず、申し訳ありません。
Lag again.
ああ、いいっていいって。本人が弓をやらないって言うんなら、無理をさせても仕方がない。
Aiko addresses the club member who just entered.
それじゃあ失礼するわ。また後でね、三辻さん。
Now it's lacking on words? Seriously? Oh, okay. That's why.
ああ、また後でね、登坂。お疲れ様です、登坂先輩。
Oh, her voice is so cute.
ありがとう。さくらもしっかりね。
I leave the range trying not to interrupt them.
いやあ、登坂。おはよう。朝から君に会えるなんてついてるな。
Wherever such a good mood. Bad luck, I've run into someone I don't want to see. I want to see him. He makes life interesting. Shinji's funny. Funny guy. A big asshole, but funny. Unintentionally funny, but still.
おはよう、マト君。今日は早いのね。
当たり前だろ。首相なんだから。早めに来ないと一年に示しがつかないじゃないか。
I thought Ayako was captain, what? The smiling guy is Mato Shinji of class 2C. He's the vice captain of the archery club and owner of the hearts of half the girls in this school. I really don't see how, but whatevs. Kind of an idol, good-looking, good grades, sociable, kind of girls. I'm not too well informed in such areas, so I've only heard all this from my classmates.
そう。ご機嫌なところ悪いんだけど、一文字抜けてるわ、マト君。大事な字だから忘れない方がいいと思うけど。
Yep.
一文字抜けてるって何がさ。
I think she means vice.
幸福の福。
Yeah.
字は違うけど、響きは一緒でしょ、副首相さん。気をつけなさい。
Cutting her off again.
副首相も変わらないけど、変に意識するとこだわってるみたいに聞こえるでしょ。
Oh, that worked out well, because the lag. You have to lag for once.
そうだね。今後は気をつける。ありがとう、遠坂。
お礼を言われるようなことはしてないけど、まあ、マタ君がそう思ったのなら私には関係ないか。
Lag! I hate lag. Bidding him goodbye, I leave the range.
ちょっと待てよ。見学に来たんだろ。なら見ていけばいいじゃないか。遠坂なら大歓迎だよ。
遠慮するわ。練習の邪魔をしたくないもの。
そんなの構わないよ。他の連中が気に障るんなら締め出すからさ。ちょっと寄っていけって。
だから邪魔をする気はないって言ってるでしょ。それに私、別に弓道に興味があるわけじゃないから。知らないやつのシャを見ても嬉しくないわ。
Okay, that wasn't as long as I thought it would be, but yeah, I'll just go.
なんだよ、遠坂。へえ。だっていうのに、放課後になると遠くから見てたのは、そういうわけかな。
I don't know what he thinks the reason is, but he's undoubtedly making a big mess of it. Oh, yes. And Rin, you're so, how did you not understand, whatever that,
なんだ、
whatever.
知ってたの、マト君。
ああ、よく目があったんだぜ。僕と遠坂。シャを終えてさ、斬新の時に限って、遠坂は僕を見ていたろ。
You can see it though. Password.
声を返したかったけど、一応決まりでね。車上では声を上げちゃいけないんだ。
Oh, Shinji. You're so funny without meaning to. As if happy about something, Shinji moves in closer to me. His smile carries a sense of superiority.
勘違いしてたよ。遠坂は弓が好きなんだと思ってたけど、弓道には興味
My
が
ankle
ないん
burns
だろ。
sweating.
ならなんで、遠坂は道場を見ていたのかな。
Rain, you're such an airhead. You just now realized what he was saying. Yes, the conversation could have certainly been taken that way. Oh, yes.
離れてくれないかしら、マト君。私、あまり人に近寄られるのは好きじゃないし。
なに、遠坂。
あきれた。ここまで行ってもわからないのね。
Yeah, okay. Time to put this jerk on in his place.
趣味じゃないけど仕方ないか。 あなたにも理解できるように言ってあげる。いい、マト君。私は弓道に興味がない以上に、あなたに興味はないって言ってるのよ。実際、あなたが書状にいたなんて今初めて知ったぐらいだし、きっとこれからも目に入らないわ。
なんだと。
Wait, I just noticed a discrepancy there. Obviously, she knew that he was the vice president. Yeah, she just said she didn't know he was in archery club. Or was she just saying she doesn't know he was in the range at the time she was watching? Oh, I'm thinking too much about this. As I've anchored him, he reaches out for me violently. And load. This lag is bothering me so much. I easily avoided and turned my back on him. I seriously hate lag. But you know what? I am going to stop right here anyways. I think this has been going on long enough. So there's your part 2. And let's go ahead and save over here. Rin, Prologue. And next time we'll continue on with the Prologue, see what's going on. And we'll get to some action later. Maybe, hopefully. May have to wait another video for that. But anyways, bye!